Hi everybody, happy Friday. So it's almost the weekend. So tonight I'm going to be chatting to Dan from the Function Band, which is amazing band that I've worked with for a few years now, different weddings and parties. And always get the guests going and dancing, filling the dance floor. Super amazing band. So I'm just going to see if Dan has joined, and then we can get chatting. So I'll just let him in. There we go. He'll be there in a minute. Open away.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Apologies how horrendous I look. I've had to keep a cap on as I haven't cut my hair in God knows how long, so it's
I
the
know.
only way.
I think all the boys are saying girls were all right.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
boys,
yeah.
yeah, not long before maybe head is open, but we'll see.
Maybe. I might just keep growing it.
Wear the hat, that's quite cool.
Yeah,
New
well, maybe.
will. Oh well, thank
Yeah,
you.
of
Today,
course.
hopefully, loads of people are watching, and you can hear all about the Function Band. So,
Yeah,
do a few questions. So for anyone watching, can you tell how long you've been in the music business? And
yeah.
I know some of the answers, but then and tell us, how long the Function Band have been going for.
Yeah, of course. So, I've been in the events business. This year is my 18th year. So I was a little baby when I started. Literally like 15 was when I did my first event. And basically it started off like I was doing solo things. And then eventually the function band sort of grew out of that, which was about 12 years ago. I actually put a picture up the other day of our old logo that I found. So apparently we launched that in January 2009, but I don't really I don't really remember that. But yeah, obviously the last sort of 4 or 5 years have been where it's gone crazy. But no, it was great at the beginning, and I don't know like if people know, but this a family business. My dad came into the business about probably right at the beginning of the function band, and it worked really well because I obviously had a lot of experience already in this industry, but I didn't know anything about how to run a business. But Bradley, my father, he was the complete opposite. He knew how to run a business and didn't know about this industry. So it worked really nicely, and it's been great now, and it's an amazing balance now in how we do things. Yeah, that's it. And then with the band, like it's just gone from I can't even remember where we started. I feel like we started it being about 10 or 12 of us and then went backwards, like, and then went down to six, and now we go all the way up to 20. But it's just evolved on what was I guess what demand was, and spatially it's
Yeah,
very different when I was 20 and setting it up, and and then sort of
yeah.
learning more, the best way of doing it.
You've kind of evolved with kind of what was out there, and did you look
Yeah.
at what other people are doing and think, right, we're going to do something different? Did you have to do that, do you think, or did it just?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I think obviously I didn't invent this whole this whole industry, but certainly I feel like the DJ live kind of element is it's definitely something we created. I know a lot of people have their other ways of doing it, but actually, so it's really interesting with that. So when I started and I was doing solo stuff, um, it would always annoy me, like with backing tracks, that there would be like a 2 3 second gap between songs. So what I did was I got like some DJ software, and then I would mix it so that there would be no gap. And then when we started doing that with the DJ live, then we actually put a DJ in rather than. I
Yeah,
mean, when it started, it was actually me running backwards and forwards
really?
from. Yeah, I used to sing and then run to the back and change the track. Yeah, it was crazy. And then it like really developed into this amazing product,
Yeah,
hopefully. And
it is.
yeah, so it went, yeah. That's how it sort of started, and I think we do it differently, or certainly did at the beginning, in that like it was all still live. There was a DJ there with the tracks, but everything was sung live. That you had the live instruments. No one really was having guitar over things, and that really added something as well. And it meant that we could do a lot more things with having a guitarist. It meant we could do like dinner with an acoustic guitarist, which is then how dinner grew out of that, doing our dinner sets and things like that. So that was a nice way of doing it. Because I think originally a lot of people were just having a DJ and a saxophonist
Yeah.
and calling that DJ live. Yeah, so we just tried to do it a little bit differently. But actually, again, and the other reason that the function band kind of went backwards from being like a 12-piece show band and then bringing that DJ live element in was that obviously we can't always fit
Yeah.
so many of us in,
Yeah.
and obviously with budget as well. So we wanted to give an option that was smaller,
Yeah.
but you had the exact same experience. And yeah, I just think it's a really cool way of doing it because you have no gaps between the music. So it's just another way. Both ways are amazing and do the
Yeah.
same job really. But
That's it. It's so important, isn't it? I always chat to my brides about just how important music is, and like
yeah,
we're both, you know, obviously you're more so passionate about music. I know that that's what keeps it just keeps the atmosphere and the ambience going throughout the day.
yeah,
And it's really key to kind of get good music and get a good variety as well, which is what you've got. And I know when I work with you guys, I just know it's going to be an amazing.
oh, thanks.
And it is, but it's so true. It's electric.
Yeah,
Yeah, over my kind of 18 years, I've worked with loads of different people, but I've never met anyone so energetic and, you know, as your team, and everyone is. And yeah, it's incredible. So, which we're
thanks.
so busy all the time, which is brilliant. And so, what's the kind of typical week in the world of the function band? Because I know you're all over the place, all over the country and stuff.
Yeah.
So manic organising it.
Yes, it is. I think, yeah, that's really good question because I don't think people realize. I think obviously we run things very differently to probably most or all bands in the industry, and like this is a business, and every aspect of it is important to us. And so yeah, we have 6 office staff, so literally like Monday to Friday, and myself is in the office, and Bradley as well. It's his office is just behind me. Obviously he's not here, and so we all have different sides of you know, booking the teams and booking functions in, and I mean literally booking flights. Like that's a thing. Like I mean, we are meant to be abroad nearly 50 times this year. Obviously that's changed, but yeah, you wouldn't, obviously that's 100 flights in itself. So yeah, all these little things that no one thinks about. The clothes is like one of my favorite things that no one thinks about. We worked out that last year we had 4,500 clothes dry cleaned.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I just think it's like all these things that they don't just happen. Like it takes like it's one person's job every week to arrange all the clothes for everybody. So all these little things, and then plus like obviously we have meetings every single day and pretty much every single night, which is lovely. And clients come to our offices to do that, and we try and make it a really nice experience for them as well. Yeah, and we have a really good hot chocolate machine, which is the main reason to come here, to be honest.
Prosecco.
Yeah, don't even. Oh, there's prosecco as well. Yeah, but there's Hotel Chocolate hot chocolate. That's the reason to come here. Trust me. So no, it's really good, and we're all so passionate about it, and we honestly really care, and we care about every client.
Yeah.
And I think that is so important in the product, and what we want is we want everyone to feel like they are our only client, and hopefully everybody does. So whatever it is they need, we're here. And I think that's the big difference, you know, with a lot of these bands. It is more maybe of a hobby, and it's definitely, I think a lot of people in this industry, you know, we're all artists, whether we're musicians or caterers or florists, and so there's just maybe not that customer service side or that side. It's more like, yeah, and I think that bit is so important for your whole experience as a client. Yeah,
I know as a planner, when I from the moment I ring you, you know, to speak to the girls in the office or to speak to your dad, and we chat through everything, and then just from that moment onwards, it's seamless, brilliant. And then, you know,
good, thank you.
It makes a world of difference to me to know, yeah, they will arrive, and all the logistics,
of course,
yeah, with all the time. And it's brilliant. And from a bride's point of view, you know, if she doesn't have a plan, she just can be reassured that all according to, you know, what she wants and everything, it's all sorted and delivered. The team as well are amazing. You know, it's like working with such, like, not only massively energetic on stage, but when they get there so lovely and chatty and grateful for everything, you know.
But you know, that's so important to us as well, because again, like I think there are so many where you can see on stage that they're just going through the motions. And like we say to all of our team, like this is one person's one special day that they're hopefully, you know, only going to do once. And it's cost them a lot of money and a lot of planning.
Yeah,
And we need to remember that doesn't matter how we're feeling or what we're doing. Like we need to make sure that it's special and it's personal and that we really care. And I think like that is all I hear all the time is everyone says like how we look like we're having so much fun, and we genuinely are. Like we have the best time ever.
yeah. And it's so true. I mean, like I said, I've kind of worked with hundreds, if not thousands of bands, but yeah, you're always having such a good time. And I love that because it's, we spoke quite yesterday about the spontaneity of just, you know, kind of, it's the interaction, I think. So
Yeah.
then your kind of, you know, dinner set and everything, and you really get to know the couple. And I want the wedding November where you know, the couple came up into the room over at Rockcliffe Hall, and then you were chatting to them and everything, and Emma, you ended up singing to their little daughter. It was just so sweet, so special.
Yeah.
You really get to know the couple and then the guests, and involve them as well. And yeah, I remember another party we did in January of last year, and God, the guests, we couldn't get the dinner served because they
Oh,
were
sorry, don't say that, Lucy.
it was caterers, but it, absolutely loved it because everyone was involved, and you know, you guys were so were singing away to them, and really getting them dancing and everything. It's just like an electric atmosphere from the get-go, which is
Yeah, it is. And I think that's the kind of those are the special moments. I always go on about this to everyone, but like everybody has or a lot of people have music of some kind, whether band or DJ, you know, after their meal.
yeah
And it's the bits that we do, like the when you walk in and we're all on the podiums, which is obviously one of our little specialties that we do. And it's just such a wow factor for everyone, and like it doesn't get old for us seeing everyone's faces and everyone taking
yeah
their phones out, and it's just special. And what the whole point of that for us is like we want to kind of say in that, like, this is what you're here for, like to celebrate with your bride and groom, not to stand outside smoking and drinking, but actually to all be together and you know, create these memories. And then of course dinner, like, which is our favorite thing in the world to do, where we walk around during dinner and get up on chairs and tables or whatever it might be. Like for that, like there are so many special like these photos and videos of having grandparents and parents and friends and family all up together, and that just things that you wouldn't normally do or see at a wedding.
yeah
And I think just that is where the sort of the magic
yeah
hopefully comes from.
off your, you know, the reaction from the guests from what you guys are doing, and then it just keep you all going and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're so busy all over the place and everything, so when it gets to say like a Saturday wedding, on the Friday, are you then sending your teams off everywhere? And
Yeah, so we yeah, like, well, it's, yeah, it depends where we are, but yeah, obviously in the week we start prep. Well, actually, I'll go backwards a little bit. So like 6-8 weeks before the wedding, the bride and groom would come into the offices and we would go through all of their needs, like unless they're abroad or wherever, and then we do it on FaceTime. But we go through their, you know, musical loves, hates, must-haves, just making it really bespoke and personal. That is so important. Again, I hear so much like from people saying that either they spoke to bands and they have a set list and 20 songs they know and that's it, or that maybe like their sibling had a band and they had said to them, don't play this, and it ended up getting played. Like, it's so simple to not do that, and that's really important to us. Like if they say they hate something, I mean, that we want to know all your hates. That's really, really vital.
important.
So so if you say like you hate something and you love something, we want to stick within the parameters of that. So sorry, that going back, so that's they come in, they do all of that. And then, yeah, obviously, if there's anything that we need to learn music-wise, which of course there always is, then that will get sent out to the staff. We'll start learning everything. Then, like I said, the week of, we start prepping clothes. I mean, literally, like with the clothes, they like, obviously we work most Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So then Monday, they go straight to the dry cleaners and we sort all of that out. And then we need them back like Wednesday to start prepping them all again, because it's just, I mean, we do like all the the boys have 3 changes every job, the girls have 3 changes every job, and so like there's so many clothes on each thing. And actually, it's not funny at the time, but it's funny maybe saying it now. But like
Yeah.
trying to work it out, like, okay, well then she can't wear that dress tomorrow because she wore it
Oh,
today, but then we need it for Sunday. Oh my God, it's a
yeah.
logistical nightmare. But
That,
yeah, so yeah, we start prepping sort of whenever we need to be. But it is, we're very, very lucky and blessed. Like it is non-stop. There isn't like
yeah.
a an off period, which is,
No.
other than right now, obviously right
Yeah.
now is an off period. But other than that, there
I
isn't.
bet you're frustrated though. I bet you're really kind of, you're not like, yeah, musicians must, well, I've quite spoken to quite a few, just kind of really frustrated in the like, oh,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's,
difficult. It's difficult not being on stage and showing off
yeah,
and having those special moments and being part of people's day.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really hard. But and so right now we feel relaxed and do everything we can, and it's business as usual. Obviously, all the girls in the office are at their own homes, but other than that, like again, we've wanted to make that really easy for people. That literally they can call us
yeah.
right now, and we will do everything we can. So hopefully, people have had that experience.
That's,
So I'm seeing Claudia's message below
oh,
there. Claudia's wedding we're very excited for.
oh,
So
you can celebrate.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, it'll hurry up. It'll go quick, Claudia.
yeah, it will.
2022.
Will
Yeah,
go so quick, and that's about the wedding day. The wedding day goes quick as well, so it's
yeah,
really important to get it right and have, get those kind of key hours of the dancing and stuff spot on with your band.
yeah,
Fully, and I mean, every wedding and event we've done together, literally, like, no, please don't stop, just carry on, and it's brilliant, and that's how you want to end.
yeah. Yeah,
On
you want to end it. You want to end on high, 100%. Yeah, yeah. That's really important, and I think like that also comes down to like the timings of the day and that flowing. If you end up with 5 hours of dancing at the end, then you're not going to have a 5 hour full dance floor. It's just not possible. And so yeah, and I think that's why what we do is great, because we're playing throughout the day and between courses. It just splits it all up. You're getting the exact same thing, but it's just split up in a
Yeah,
lovely way that then it's always full. And like with all the events we've done together, I can't think of anywhere it hasn't been a crazy amazing packed
yeah,
dance floor and packed, yeah, like genuinely, like that's how it always is. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's key that saying about the clothes as well, because when I first started and people say, yeah, we're going to have the same musicians throughout, I'd always be like, oh right, okay, does it go flat, or how do they keep the energy, how do they make it different? But it's so true, the costume change the difference, and you can,
yeah,
I know when people walk in, it's always that real party, right, come on, we get the energy going, because they've probably had quite a lovely, maybe traditional or normal style kind of ceremony, drinks reception, quite low key, kind of nice music and whatever they're having, and then you want to that re-energize everybody,
yeah,
boom, this, and then it goes low key for dinner, which is fab, but there's all the costume changes, so
yeah,
though they are the same team, the same guys, doesn't feel,
yeah. No,
it's,
it doesn't. No, and also like yeah, there's like three sort of different things going on, and yeah, again, like everyone is funny because at the moment, it's probably not that new now, but they still feel quite new that we've got these like red sort of velvety or burgundy jackets, which are great. And it's funny, like when we all come out in those at dinner and the girls in their dresses, and like people have been like clapping recently, which has been pretty funny.
oh,
Yeah, but I just think that adds to it, and that is so important to us, that everyone is dressed properly.
yeah, yeah,
Again, like this is someone's wedding day, and we want people to be behaving appropriately and dressing appropriately and not drinking and smoking, going back to our team being amazing, and that's what they do. But with the clothes, actually, so many years ago, I had depth for other bands before obviously the function band existed, and what I was always uncomfortable with, obviously I'm a stick figure how skinny I am, and I would be thrown into like a suit where the sleeves would like come up to here
yeah,
and the
oh,
shoulders were out here, and I felt so uncomfortable, and I think that came out on stage, and also it looked naff.
yeah,
And yeah, to us, like there is no one. I'm going out on a whim here. There's no band as well dressed as we are. Like, or the suits always spoke to everyone, and we tailor them to everyone, and the same with the girls' dresses. So, it's just all these little features that are really, really important to
Yeah,
us.
and equally then you're looking after your as well, aren't you? So that's, you know, another massive factor that brides, yeah, they don't think about it, and why should they? That's not their job.
Yeah,
It's our job in the industry, but
yeah.
you look after your team, so you know they're absolutely happy to be doing all the events that you do, the many that they do.
Eh.
And well, they always say that.
They are, of course they are.
Which again is really important. You know, they're not they're out just, and like we were saying yesterday, it's not a hobby to them. It's their job. They really
Of
love it.
course. Yeah. Yeah, and
Right.
we love it. We're so I don't know what better word than grateful, but like we're blessed really to do what we love and be part of people's day and in people's memories. And um yeah, that's so special to us. And like when we get like you know, all the thank you cards and things like that, it's just honestly it means like I'm not cheesy at all in life. Anyone that knows me will know that. But like that is the one thing, like it gets me, it gets my heartstrings. So it's, yeah, it's so special to us that we can uh give people that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your for the function band then? What's your kind of, have you got any goals to kind of set?
So this is, yeah, I like, to be fair, I think like this was our goal. Like to be fair, I don't think I ever thought it would get to this point. Like we do nearly 200 events a year. I guess I didn't even dream that that was possible. I was trying to work out like what I thought, how many I thought we'd be doing when we started, and what we'd be doing, and like, yeah, I don't think I ever thought we'd have offices and have office stuff and you know, the way that it's been. So like, I guess our aim now is just to sustain that and keep
Yeah.
doing that, keep the product fresh. That's so important as well. We don't want it to be the same. Like, I know there was band, there was a band who were lovely, and they did my bar mitzvah so many years ago, and they 20 years ago. It's depressing. And I know like they're still out doing the same set that they did in my bar mitzvah, and I think that's like, I think so many do that because it's so easy to be lazy with that,
Yeah.
and also it is hard to find the time to do it. But that's why I kind of like that when clients come in and they say, okay, we love Disney, then we'll all go away and we'll make sure that we do that, and we do something special and get that in. So that keeps us on our toes. And like, and or when people come in and say like for example, like anyone that follows us on Insta will know, like we like Gangsta's Paradise is like the TFB song. I love it when people come in here and say, I don't want you to play Gangsta's Paradise. I don't want that. Like, because it's like, great, okay, right, let's come up with something fresh and new
Yeah.
for you. So definitely with the product, and again, the clothes, like we just bought a whole bunch of new dresses this week as well. Like it never like stays the same. We want everything to change, and it still have the same quality. But yeah, I think that, yeah. So if I could, in however many years time we're in the same position we're in, I would be absolutely delighted if we can sustain that. Yeah. To be fair, I don't know how many more than we're doing that we can physically do.
Yeah.
So let's sustain it. And yeah.
Going in. So what? So you're saying about them brides coming to you with ideas and stuff. Do you like have team meetings and kind of say, right, come on, we need to think of something fresh and different? Or where do you look to anywhere to get inspiration to kind of different, or does it just come from?
Yeah, so usually they'll come in, like, to be fair, most of the time people come in and they're like, I love what you do and do that, but I don't like this and I really like that. And these are my first dance, my entrance, and that's great. And then, yeah, other times they'll be more bespoke and we'll come up with things. In fact, the wedding we did recently, I think I did a song with a groom, if I remember. Like, he did a song during a speech.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Was that Running Park, was it? Yeah. You know, which was obviously a surprise, and we had to do that privately. But yeah, no, all those things. But actually, I was saying to you when we spoke yesterday, so if anyone's seen the video I put out recently of us doing the R&B roulette thing, so that's like one of our favorite, or probably our favorite game at the moment. And that came out of we are doing a wedding in Lake Como, and we're also, again, if anyone doesn't know, we have no set list with the way we work. we work within the parameters of the client. We don't even know like when we know roughly obviously, but we don't know exactly. We all wear earpieces. It's being called to us like as we go, and that way we can be fresh and we can go with the crowd and we can make it work. Like if one thing isn't working, we change. So it's really
Yeah.
cool how it works. But
Yeah.
yeah, this client had said that they love R&B, and so we knew like kind of what we were going to do. And then when we were like in the crew room at this job in Lake Como, we were just messing around like with some songs, and then we like noticed that we could get pretty much any R&B song into this one chord sequence. And so we were like, well, why don't we play a little game and we'll just see how many we can get in. Like we won't tell each other. And
Oh,
that's what happened. So that video is actually the first night that we ever did that, and that obviously came out of her, of this bride saying that she loved, yeah,
yeah.
that R&B, and then now everyone is pretty obsessed with that whole thing at the moment. It's just been amazing, and it's so fun for us because we still don't tell each other what we're going to do, and so the amount of times we're all like open mouthed at each other like, oh my god, I didn't expect you to get that one. And so it's really fun. Yeah, I think it's
And
nice to have those.
watch as well, and shows your true professionalism. To be able to do that is just
Yeah.
incredible. It makes it fun and energetic, like we were saying, and I think that's what as well. When I know, because we did two events together, an event and then a wedding.
Yeah.
Guests, I know the bride was the second event, and she was really like, oh, I don't know, because they're going to do the same. And I said, trust me, it will not be the same.
No.
So I wasn't disappointed. There was people from the first event, the party, that were like, oh my god, is it the same band? I'm like, yeah, obviously different costumes and
Yeah.
music, and you kind of tailored it obviously because you'd
Of
spoken
course.
room, and it was just brilliant. And they were like, god, they are incredible because they're
Oh,
so
thanks.
different to the last party we had.
Yeah.
It was equally amazing, but different songs, and yeah, so it was keeping it
Yeah.
more fresh.
Well, yeah, it would always be like personal to each client, and like my thing I always say to everyone is like we'll do anything from Disney to garage. I mean, there's a lot more variations there. But yeah, it's whatever the client wants.
Yeah.
Funny enough, a lot of them want Disney and garage, so that's good. But yeah, we'll do whatever. And that's the other thing. Like if people say like, oh, I really wanted a band that do Motown. Well, yeah, well we'll do it. It's your wedding. We'll do whatever you want. Like just hopefully with us what you're going to get, which is passion and energy, and and care that we're actually going to do
Yeah,
all the things that you want. Yeah.
yeah, that's brilliant. So what would you say then is your biggest challenge with the function band?
Um,
Probably logistics, I'd have thought.
yeah, definitely logistics and sleep. That's the
Yeah,
biggest challenge. It's been nice now, like sleeping. I forgot what that was. It's been
yeah,
amazing. Yeah, that's it. Like, but when that kind of when it's crazy, which obviously, please God, it will be very soon again. Like,
yeah,
it's probably more like we look back and we're like, how did we do that? That was crazy. But at the time, it is just what we all do. And yeah, it's busy, but
yeah.
it's just what happens. So yeah, there's no like, I don't think there's been many like challenges. It probably is a challenge if you came into it. We're probably just too used to it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said to someone.
Yeah.
Like, well, like thinking of next year, I'm just like, I bring on the challenge. I love it, and I think you'll
Yeah.
thrive on that. I think, well, and it is find a solution to everything, don't we? There's no problems or issues. You just get on with it.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
no challenges at all. So,
No.
but you're fully open at the moment, aren't you? People can talk
Mhm.
to you, kind
Of
of.
course.
So, if a bride's kind of looking, right, I haven't found a band, don't know, and they get in contact with you, can you do like video calls with them at the
Of
moment?
course. Yeah. So funny enough, I say to everyone, like, I'll do a FaceTime if you want. No one's taken me up on the FaceTime apart from you, Lucy. So, yeah. But if they want to see how terrible I look, then they're very welcome to do that. But yeah, no, we're all still working. So yeah, just cool. Like the office phone rings through to our mobiles. So yeah, it is business as usual. And really, like, it's no quieter, which is other than the fact we're not doing any functions.
Yeah,
The office work is probably as busy as ever because we obviously
yeah,
got to sort everything out and all
yeah.
these logistics at the moment. But I think it's getting a bit easier. We'll see what happens with the next few months. So.
Yeah, hopefully it'll yeah, it'll ease off with it. I mean, that's why just doing more paperwork in the office, and I'm just so desperate to get out there and actually do the weddings now. It's like, oh, I've never had so many Saturdays or Fridays and Saturdays just kind of like, well, with paperwork I'm a bit sick
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Same.
you don't just say, hey, you go abroad. I know we've got Wedding Together abroad next year. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you go, don't you? Not just Europe as well. You've played.
Yeah. We've been to the Caribbean.
uh,
We've been to, I've now forgotten anywhere else.
America,
Dubai. But
Florida.
yeah, all over, and a
Yeah.
lot as well. Yeah, like I said, this year was meant to be nearly about 50 times abroad, I think. So it's pretty much once a week.
Yeah.
We're in Ireland a hell of a lot.
There was someone actually on who said hi from Ireland.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, no, we love Ireland's like our second home, or probably our first home. Like, I should just move to Ireland, I think. But yeah, no, we absolutely love it. Say that again.
You have to open up an office in Ireland.
Trust me, it's not that far away. That's been a thought for a very, very long time. The amount of times we're getting back and forth to Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Do you do you think you might expand, or just because that's the thing, when you get a really good product, it's like you're saying, sustaining it. Do you think you would expand and do anything, have other offices? Because sometimes it's not always a good thing to do. And
No, and also we're like expanded. Like I'm sure everyone knows, there's a lot of us in the team, but it's the same faces, but we can split the team up. So we're often, as people see on Instagram, we're often, thanks Porrick, by the way. Yeah, we're often have two or three out on the same night. So to be honest, like I don't know, I don't think, like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. There was a time where we always said we wouldn't do more than one, and and then we did two, and then we did three, and that was that. So I think sustaining is the main thing. Like it would just be too much, and we like it's perfect now. It's completely in our control, and we
yeah,
never want it to be to a point where the product suffers like even 1%. So someone's saying they met us on a plane.
yeah.
Hello.
You,
I do like to speak to everyone on the plane. So
do you ever do that? When you see those like video clips of, I don't know, bands or famous singers just
yeah.
certainly like starting out into chorus on an airplane.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that, Lucy, but the rest of them aren't that brave. They don't want to do it. Yeah, the sax player, every time I say, he's the only one who walks on with his instrument. So I'm
Yeah.
like, get your sax out, but he won't do it. So sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you need a YouTube clip of the function band.
Yeah, we do. I think it's the fact that we're singing for like 4 hours a night that we don't want to burn ourselves out on the plane.
Point, don't you? Oh God. Yeah. Fab. So is there anything you want to say to anyone watching at the moment? Any other information?
Not really. Like, I guess look, obviously we totally get that it has to work for every client, and everyone has a budget, and like I said, it's their one special day as well. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, then they're welcome to either ask or to call us. But we like we just want to make the whole journey easy for everyone. I think that's where we stick out from other bands. Like I think that's the difference. Obviously I'm biased in that we have the best product and the best singers and musicians, yeah, and all of that, but in terms of, I just don't think there's anyone else that you can have that journey with. And especially like when people come into the office, we can't wait to do that again, and it's just so everyone loves doing that and coming here, and we have some nice little tricks up our sleeve when they come, and it's just really, really lovely and great to get to know people personally, that's important. So I think not even just having a great product, it's everything that comes with it. And I know like there's so many suppliers that people have trouble getting in touch with. I'm sure you have it as well. You just can't get in touch with a florist or whatever, or that people make you feel like they're doing you a favor as being a part of your wedding. That is like, we are blessed to be a part of anyone's wedding. And actually, so this is a thing like that I want to address, is that everyone says, oh, I see where you go on Insta, like my wedding doesn't look like that, I'm not having it at the Savoy, I'm not having it in the Caribbean. That makes no difference to us. Like we've been, yeah, the best wedding we ever did was in someone's lounge. Like that was my favorite
Oh,
function ever. Yeah.
really?
So
For how many people
yes,
was it a big wedding?
it was like 60, I think. Yeah. We
Like,
yeah
yeah,
we don't care where we are. Like we don't. I don't want to say we don't judge. Like why would we judge? It's irrelevant to us. Like we just want to be part of someone's day, and that's
yeah,
all that matters. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's amazing having a wedding in a lounge. But it's so true. Say that to me. Oh my gosh, you must only want to deal with amazing venues and stuff. And yeah, it's lovely. But actually, no, it is about the couple. It really doesn't matter. You know, I love like you love a challenge and just think, well, where wedding to be, we'll make it work. And as long as you're
Yeah.
real, and yeah, we can put the band in wherever, and then the band say, oh, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, well, no, but actually, that's another point is that people kind of sometimes say, "Oh, I don't think I'd like fit you all in." Well, firstly, we can go smaller six, but also the way we do everything, we're all acoustic. We can all move around. Sorry, we're all wireless, and we can all move around. So it actually space is never really an issue, especially in like if people are having eating in one room and dancing in another room.
Yeah,
Sometimes the venues are like pre-freaking out if they haven't worked with us and they're hearing that we're going to be playing during dinner and whatever. And we're really like not in anyone's way. It's the same, take up the same space as a waiter or waitress, you know. And and actually, you said before about people not eating their food on an event, but that's really important to us. Like we want you to eat your food.
yeah,
I will always say, or me or whoever's on the job, because obviously it's not always me. Whoever, any of us will always say, like, make sure you eat. Like, but on the flip side, we did a wedding where everyone got up on their chairs within 10 seconds of us doing a background song. We're not gonna tell them to sit down because
no,
that is a
that's
special moment they're never gonna get back. And
yeah.
it's yeah.
That,
So
yeah, exactly. That's you. That's it. You can't. You don't want to. You don't want to stop all that entertainment and kind of kill that atmosphere. It's they're reacting to what you're doing. So no, it's
yeah.
fine. And just when I'm watching everyone did eat their food. It was fine.
Yeah, but no, but you know, our aim is always that we start the dinner set only during main course, starter and dessert. Like there's background, we want you to talk. We start it during main course, and our aim is that by the time like most people have been served, then we'll start to build it up, and it's only really when people are clearing that it goes crazy. So this is not taking up any time in anyone's schedule, and it's not getting in the way.
No,
But
no.
like I said, if it goes crazy straight away, then you know, really amazing. That's great. That's it's
Yeah,
what we want, but we don't.
yeah. It's a double sword,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
You said it's great that you're so adaptable as well, and that's what I love about working with you. Is that you know if I still write a marquee, that's fine. We can build the marquee to whatever size in the stage. But if it isn't a venue and it's kind of restricted space and everything, you work with me on that and kind of go right. This is what we can do, and we can try it in this, and you know sending floor plans and discussing the venue and stuff. It's always that's what I love is you guys have got a can-do attitude and make
yeah.
it
Always.
which is great. And that's as a kind of suppliers I want to not, you know,
Yeah,
and also the kind of continued uh, I suppose contact you have. And it's not just with me as a planner. I don't stop my couples chatting to you. I'm like, go for it. You need to go to the offices, go and chat to Dan and Bradley. You need to discuss it all with so it's yeah, keeping that kind of contact with the bride and groom, so everything is is all sorted and achieved within the venue restrictions and what the couple wants and everything, which is great to have buyers like you who are you know really happy to have all that those millions of emails. Well, we don't want millions, but you know to get the event spot so important, because I've definitely worked with all sorts of suppliers who you kind of book them and you don't hear from them for ages. So
yeah.
and I don't think definitely brides planners don't really like that. They need that contact, which
Yeah, and also with the suppliers, like we're all on the same side, and we all have the same end that we want to achieve, which is that we give them this amazing day to remember for the rest of their lives. So I think yeah, that's so important. The one thing I find actually, I think we're kind of it's because there's no one else really doing it the way that we do it. You know, a lot of the other bands are hobbyists or just just not business minded, and so they're turning up and they're smoking, or they're not dressed right, or they're turning up late, or whatever it might be. And so I always feel like whenever we walk into any venue, like, people have got that head on already, and we want to speak to them before and just educate them about how we are. Like, that is maybe how others are, but we work very differently. And yeah, we always have the client, that's the first thing that we want to make sure, you know, is important and
Yeah.
amazing for them.
Yeah. Well, without the clients, what would we do? So you've got to look after them. Well, that's all my questions. I think I've run through everything.
Oh, good.
Anything else on there that anyone's asked? So yeah, so good to know you're still there at the end of the film, so brides, or just someone's having a party. Let's hope loads of people have loads of parties next year as well, and into 2022, and party away rather than the quiet time we're having at the moment, and get in contact with you and start chatting about their wedding or event. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for chatting.
Amazing.
And
you're very welcome. Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend in the sunshine.
I will. And you. And speak to you soon. All the best.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dan. Bye.
Bye, guys.